Okay, so here's what I want to tell you. I want you guys to pay attention as you hit the thumbs up. And this is really important because I say we always forget about what? About the victims now and the accusers and the people who are involved in this. So my friend Erin Burnett, you know how much I love Erin Burnett over at the CNN. She is a true professional, a true star, seasoned, smart, beautiful, just a lovely person. And she knows how to conduct an interview and just to let people talk, not to have them to be intimidated, any of that. Okay. She knows how to do that. And she conducted an interview last night that I want everyone to see. Okay. I want everyone to see. Thank you, Kira W. It's so worth it to get Genius News. Thank you. $2.99 is so worth it to get Genius News. Thank you, Kira. And so is $9.99, I have to say. Or so is the other one that you get to be on the channel, the higher tier. Okay, so let's put up the New York. This is a New York Times headline. The Accuser story suggests how Trump might appear in the Epstein files. A former Jeffrey Epstein employee said that she told the FBI in 1996 and in 2006 what she considered a troubling encounter with Donald J. Trump. Now, if you know about what happens in New York City, she's about the Helmsley building and where that is, and Leona Helmsley and all of that. And Donald Trump, they all were connected back in the 80s and the 90s. It was the summer of 1996 when her name is Maria Farmer went to law enforcement to complain about Jeffrey Epstein. At the time, she said that she had been SA'd by Mr. Epstein and his longtime partner, Ghislaine Maxwell. Ms. Farmer, then in her mid-20s, had also learned about a troubling encounter that her younger sister, then a teenager, had endured at Mr. Epstein's ranch in New Mexico, and she described facing threats from Mr. Epstein. Now, here's the thing. There was an encounter, according to her, with Donald Trump at the Helmsley offices. This is a Helmsley building in New York City. There was a Helmsley Hotel, remember that? And the Helmsley building in New York City. And she said that she encountered Donald Trump one evening. She went to see Jeffrey Epstein, and Donald Trump, according to her, was there. Let's remember there are victims here. She is an accuser. She said Donald Trump made her feel uncomfortable, and there was an uncomfortable conversation that she has shared with law enforcement. And then we're going to show you why people are suspicious, because law enforcement, many of them, or some of them, either work for Donald Trump or have been in his orbit. Okay, so everybody, here we go. Let's listen to this lady who said she was 25 years old. Her name is Maria Farmer, on with Erin Burnett last night. Here it is.
I've waited 3 decades to be able to even be heard about this, because the government has not held any of the people I reported accountable. And so basically the night before I went in, before I began working for Epstein, he called me at very late in the evening and asked me to come up to the Helmsley Palace offices. And I didn't even have money for a subway token. It's kind of embarrassing. So I had to go running up there. And so I told Epstein, I'll be up there. It'll probably take me until like 9. He's like, okay. So I get there and I'm waiting. It's dark. Like there's no light on in the offices. And I thought that was really weird. So I'm seated against the wall in the main part of the offices and just waiting for Epstein. And he says, I'll be out in a minute, you know, and he's got the door closed. And then a few minutes later, this man walks in a business suit, kind of tall, imposing. And I immediately was like, that's Donald Trump. What's he doing here?
Pause.
I'm supposed to be working.
Okay, so that's Donald Trump. Remember, Donald Trump has been a known figure, a household name since the 1980s by his own volition. Remember, he would call his, he would pretend to be his own press agent to try to get himself in the news. He loved being on the entertainment programs. He loved pretending that he was at the top of the Forbes richest people list and all of that. So people knew who people have known Donald Trump since the 1980s by the Donald, or people just know. Okay, so she recognized him immediately. Let's go.
For Epstein and interviewing with him. Why is Donald Trump here? And he walked up about, a few feet from me and just stood over me in a very imposing way and looked at me like he was in on some secret or something. It was really weird, like smirking, kind of. And I felt threatened, so I made an ugly face. And when I made that ugly face, Epstein walked out from the offices on this side. Trump's standing here, I'm here. And he walks out of his office and he goes, "Oh, no, no, no." He was laughing at me. And he goes, "She's not here for you. Follow me." Right? And he escorts him in to this other room. And I always wondered, who was she in there? Was someone in there, right? And I have no way of knowing, nothing. But I felt very intimidated because I had on running shorts and I was vulnerable, sweaty, just a nobody in an office with these two men. That it felt very predatory and uncomfortable. I have to say that when I made that ugly face, he backed off. It wasn't like he was aggressive after that, but he made a really vulgar comment following. And I don't know if it was like, like locker room talk in the 90s, the way men were, but he made a joke to Epstein, "Oh, I thought she was 16. And I thought that was so strange because at the time my sister she was 15 actually. And I didn't think it was funny, even though it was just a little bit inappropriate, but I thought, I don't know what it was. But anyway, and then they entered that room.
So Epstein says, she's not for you. And then when did Trump make the comment about your age? Again, you were 25 at the time, right? So, I mean, you were a 25-year-old woman. Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
But
I was
it
a woman,
after Epstein
right.
said that comment that he made the comment about age, or?
Yes. So he first said, "No, she's not here for you," which immediately made me feel weird. Like, was there someone there, right, in that other room? And so that's another reason I was nervous. And so as soon as he said that, laughed, I made the face, all that stuff, they started to walk away and did that other room where he's escorting him. He goes, "Come with me." And he takes Trump into this other room in the offices at 9 o'clock at night. And there's no one else in, that I know of in these offices, but was someone in that room. So I always wondered what that was about. And anyway, that comment was made under his breath as they were entering that room.
As they were.
Now, I thought she was, what did he say, 15, 16? Allegedly, according to her. That's what she says. Now, you understand what I'm saying when I tell you guys. You understand what I tell you guys, that there are victims involved in this, and there are accusers. And we forget about them because we get involved in the salacious aspect of the news. So this is why I say Epstein, Epstein, Epstein. Now, some folks are wondering, oh, this is a while ago, but we were discussing this before, saying things that happen in your life sometimes, like, so I don't even know where I was on Sunday night for dinner. But when you are someone, she said she was 25 years old. She didn't even have money she had to walk because she didn't even have money for a subway token back then. I think it was probably less than $1, if not $1 or so back in the day. So she was a struggling young person. And then if you meet someone like Jeffrey Epstein, who is one of the wealthiest people in New York City, and you're going to Helmsley offices and all of those things, and then you see Donald Trump, that sticks in your mind. And remember, she's gone to law enforcement twice about this. Okay? So what is going on here? I don't know. But something is not sitting right. And she goes on to talk to Aaron. Here it is.
How close were they as far as you were able to tell?
Well, like Epstein said, he inherited him in the divorce. He said, basically, you're going to see us together all the time. We're fixtures because in the divorce, I inherited Trump and Ghislaine inherited Ivana. So he said, you're not going to see him at the house the way you see Ivana, and you're not going to see her at the offices the way you see Trump. And, you know, it was just, it was a known thing, like among the staff and everyone, that they were best friends. And Epstein bragged about it. And I gave up 30 years to report this. And it's a very serious thing to fight the government. You know, it's been unbelievable. I've been fighting 2 cancers because of it.
Maria, when we reached out to the White House for a comment, they responded, and I'll just read for you what they said.
Okay.
Quote, the president was never in Epstein's office, and in fact, the president kicked him out of his club for being a creep. They then say that Trump, you know, they're clear there. They say he was never in Epstein's office, which, of course, from the original incident that you're talking about is where this occurred, according to your recollection, at the Helmsley building in New York.
He was absolutely in the offices.
So what do you say when they give a response like this?
Yes. I say that they're being disrespectful to the fact that I have given up my entire life for this case just to have it investigated. And I'm really sorry for him that he's caught, but, you know, I don't know what to say to that. He's lying. I don't appreciate it. He was absolutely at the offices, and it was 9 o'clock at night. I thought it was inappropriate. But also, they were best friends at the time. So what I say to that is, I don't think he's really responding to the fact, and what does he mean, the offices? He needs to be specific, because he was in the Helmsley Palace offices.
And there you go. Brilliantly conducted interview, Erin Burnett. And ma'am, let me just say that you are brave to come out and tell this story. Again, all of this is alleged by her. And I see you folks in the comments saying it could be 90 years and I would still remember. And she said, and I agree with the person in the comments. This is Linda Ferker, who said, don't apologize for Trump or Epstein. Yeah, I think that's more of a figure of speech, like, hey, you know, sorry, not sorry. But she's saying, I'm sorry if it's, you know, if it upsets him or whatever. But she says he's lying.
Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you next time.